UFC Royval versus Kape, DraftKings cash game lineup builder. A little bit late today because we had so many changes and we needed salaries and all that good stuff. But we are here to talk about your DraftKings cash game lineups. You want the fight breakdown video? That's posted already on my channel. Go check that out. GPPs, that's going to be later on today. We'll do a full video taking down the big contest, but this is for 50-50s, double ups, all that good stuff. Do me a favor, smash the like button, and we are going to talk about how to build some lineups this week. First things first, we're going to talk about the main event, Kape versus Royval. I am not a fan of the stack this week. I think it is actually pretty straightforward. You don't want to stack. The fight ends inside the distance. Number is about minus 175. Over 3.5 rounds, minus 135. Might get a little bit of extra value there for me. I think you need to pick one side. All right, with that in mind, need to figure out where we're going to go for underdogs this week. Who are our cash game viable underdogs? Well, I do think Brandon Royval, second cheapest on the card, should get, according to Vegas, at least 3 rounds of action. I think he is live for the win. I'm going to play Brandon Royval. What's interesting about this is that if you like Manel Kape, I think you need to play Kape and not Royval. This is a big option, your first decision to make. I think there are better favorites on the card. I'm worried overall. Give me Brandon Royval here. In terms of other underdogs, this is a very difficult week for cash game underdogs. I actually think after that, it's a lot of kind of toss-up plays. Chikadze and Vallejos, all striking. Even if Chikadze wins here, I don't know how well he's going to score. Interesting, Lance Gibson Jr. against Bobby Green. That's probably, I think, the next best place to go, actually. And it's weird because it's a fight that got thrown together late, but the fight ends inside the distance is minus 160. I don't see how Bobby Green. It's interesting in that the line says Bobby Green should get a finish. I'm skeptical, to say the least. You also have Thompson in that range. Thompson is a short notice replacement, taking on Joe Anderson Brito, who, by the way, we'll talk about it in the GPP show, not a free square. And this fight is actually, I wanted to find the inside the distance line here. It is also minus 185. Then you got heavyweights and Sean Sharaf, Amanda Lemos, Jillian Robertson. Again, a lot of favorites with high inside the distance prop numbers. Lemos, this fight is also minus 145 to end inside the distance. Big GPP fights in Almeida and Fry. Then you're right in this mid-range already. How much are you really saving with Melissa Croden? You could play Croden, I guess, as somebody who at least has a floor. We shouldn't see a finish in Croden and Santos. Problem is, I'm also picking Santos. But then you would have 8,800 to build, and then you got to shove in, I think, some pretty sketchy plays. So we're actually going to get away from the underdogs for right now, but I do think. Actually, I'll skip ahead to the end here because I looked at this a little bit. I think you want to land on Kape and then pick your favorite between Gibson and Thompson, and it's so close. I probably lean Gibson right now, but you have 80 either way. Luckily, they're the same price. You have 8,900 to spend. From there, in terms of favorites, who do you want to play? I'm not huge on Amosov. I'm a little bit concerned there. The problem is I'm higher on him than I am on Kape, Vallejos, Brito, or Green. So you could play Amosov and take the biggest favorite on the card, who I think is going to be pretty chalky, and that's okay in cash games. And then you can get in, then you have 3 right in this high 8,000 range, which is where I think you want to live. Asplund, Robertson, Cesari, like all of them, and there is no all safe plays across the board this week. I like all of these. These are solid options here. Asplund, Robertson, Cesari. Okay with all of them. I think you go Gibson, and then I mean, the lineup kind of builds itself from there. You can mess around in the mid range, and so this is option one. Before I go too far, I think this is a clear option one. Probably my preferred. We'll circle back to it. But if you go Royval and Gibson, and then you want to play a mid-range fighter like Morgan Charrier or Melchizedek Costa, if you go that route, then you land on Amosov. You can, from there, if you would like to, you can stack Manel Kape and on the stack, and then you could play Brito or Green based on whoever you like more and flip out this other 7,200 fighter. I think those are the two options to go. So if you choose to stack, this is option B, my least preferred option. But I think if you go stack, fine. Then you play Amosov, probably Charrier or Melchizedek Costa, and then you flip out Green and Brito versus whoever you didn't play, Gibson and Thompson. Option one, as a recap, I think it's Royval, Gibson or Thompson. This is one, honestly, I'm going to flip back and forth up until fight day. Like I'm not sure where I'm going to land. But then you go Amosov, and then you play this trio here of Asplund, Robertson, Cesari. That's we got, guys. We do not have another card for 6 weeks, but make sure you hit subscribe. Go to YouTube, subscribe. Going to be dropping some more content, maybe some strategy videos. We'll talk MMA in general. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit like for this GPP video later. Make sure you check that out. Good luck in those cash games, and I'll see you tonight.